Prime Minister and you lose your place in a poem. How does that work out? Hey? Yeah, lose your place in the Parliament, that's right, yeah, poor kid. There we go. Look, I said growing up in Moree was a lot of fun. When we moved to town, I used to go back out to my cousin's place. When we were about 10 or 11, you know, we'd go out, get the slug gun and the 410 and go out and track down those really vicious top-knot pigeons. You had to get them before they got you. We'd sort of shoot a couple, pluck them, gut them, wrap them in foil, cook them in the fire. We're living off the land from an early age, you know. Tough existence. Then we go back, Auntie Old would take us down to the dam, didn't have a pool, down with the canoe. And you flip the canoe over, there's a big pocket of air there, isn't there? Stay there for hours, ages. Auntie Old didn't know that, used to freak her out. We were little mongrels really, I suppose. And then you go back, have a bath, you watch two of the greatest actors ever on TV, being Bugs Bunny and Foghorn Leghorn. And then you play squatter. Now hands up if you've heard of squatter. Yeah, if you haven't heard of squatter, squatter's the Australian form of Monopoly. Where you start off with little pens of sheep representing 15 on natural pasture, go round and round the board buying and selling, trying to avoid the stud ram dies and the local drought card, to move up to improved pastures and irrigated pastures. Hands up if you actually finished a game. Oh, come on, did you? Seriously, dedicated people. Because really it's more like farming, you just keep going and nothing happens. It's like the farmer who won lotto. They said, what are you going to do with this? He said, I'm just going to keep farming until it's all gone. Anyway, but the reason, I was just going to do a serious part for you. I wrote this back in 2007 because I got involved with a mate who was tied up with the Salvation Army, looking at the serious issues of depression and mental health in the bush. And I mentioned squatter because it's mentioned in the poem, and this is just a yarn I wrote back then. It's called Rain from Nowhere. His cattle didn't get a bid. Mind you, they were fairly bloody poor. What was he going to do? He couldn't feed them anymore. You know, the dams were all but dry. Hay was $13 a bale. And last month's talk of rain was just a fairy tale. His credit had run out, no chance to pay what's owed. And bad thoughts ran through his head as he drove down Gully Road. Gee, his great-granddad bought the place back in 1898. You know, now I'm such a useless bastard, I'll have to shut the gate. I can't feed my wife and kids, not like Dad and those before. Crikey's grandma kept it going while Pop fought in the war, you know. With depression now his master, he abandoned what was right. There's no place in life for failure. He'd end it all tonight. Well, there were still some things to do. You know, he'd have to shoot the cattle first. Of all the jobs he'd ever done, that'd be the worst. Then he'd shower, watch the news, they'd all sit down for tea, he'd read his kids a bedtime story and watch some more TV. Kiss his wife goodnight, so he was off to shoot some roos. Then in a paddock far away, he'd blow away the blues. But he drove in the gate and stopped, as he always had, to check the roadside mailbox, and he found a letter from his dad. Now, his dad was not a writer, Mum did all the cards and mail, but he knew the writing from the notebooks that he'd kept from cattle sales. He sensed the nature of its contents, he felt the moisture in his eyes. Just the fact that his dad had written was enough to make him cry. Son, I know it's bloody tough, it's a cruel and twisted game, this life upon the land when you're screaming out for rain. There's no candle in the darkness, not a single speck of light. But mate, don't let the demon get you. You have to do what's right. I don't know what's in your head, but push the nasty thoughts away. So you'll always have your family at the back end of the day, you know. You have to talk to someone, and yeah, mate, I know I really did. But you've got to think about Fiona and think about the kids. See, I'm worried about your son. You haven't phoned for quite a while, and I know the road you're on because I've walked every bloody mile. The date, December 7, back in 1983. Behind the shed, I had the shotgun rested in the brigalow tree, so I'd borrowed way too much to buy the Johnson place, and it didn't rain for years, and we got bombed by interest rates. You know, the bank was at the door. I didn't think I had a choice. I began to squeeze the trigger, and that's when I heard your voice. You said, where are you, Daddy? It's time to play our game. I've got squatter all set up, you know, we might get general rain. It really was that close, and you're the one that stopped me, son, and you're the one that taught me there's no answer in a gun. Just remember, people love you. Good mates won't let you down. Look, you might have to swallow pride and take that job in town just till things come good. You've always got a choice. And when you get this letter, ring me, because I'd love to hear your voice. Well, he cried and laughed and shook his head, and he put the truck in gear. He shut his eyes and hugged his dad in a vision that was clear. He dropped the cattle at the yards, he put the truck away. He filled the troughs the best he could, and he fed his last 10 bales of hay. Then he strode towards the homestead, shoulders back, head held high. Oh, he still knew the road was tough, but there was purpose in his eye. He called his wife and children, who'd lived through all his pain. Hugs said more than words, he'd come back to them again. And they spoke of silver linings and how good times always follow bad. Then he walked towards the phone, he picked it up and he rang his dad. And as his kids set up the squatter, he hugged his wife again. Then they heard the roll of thunder and they smelt the smell of rain. wrote that on the 21st of February 2007. The first person I recited to was Shirley Friend, one of my great friends with the Naked Poets. And then I sent it to a stock and station agent in Richmond, North Queensland, who sent it, Shane Stafford, who sent it to Buddo Grant, who's got trucks in Winton, and he sent it to 10 people and sort of went out and about. And I started getting emails within 2 weeks from as far away as New Zealand and Canada and all around Australia. But I got a phone call from an elderly bloke from Melbourne, and we had a chat, and I assumed he wanted a copy of the poem. He said, "Oh, mate, the reason why I'm ringing is my name's Bob Lloyd, and I invented squatter in 1962. And it's just a great thing. And he sent off a bloody donation. So you can still get it. It's the most successful Australian board game ever, and he's updated it all the way. So go out and buy a game of squatter. And yeah, just keep going till it's all gone. Yeah. Just going to finish up with a quick. Who likes going to the dentist? No? Any dentists here? Game enough to put your hand up? Look, I don't like the dentist, and he probably don't like me. Then again, I hadn't seen him since 1993. But I had these whopper holes playing havoc with my breath, so I had no bloody choice but to go see Dr. Death. Oh, not the bloke in there. I wouldn't go to him. Well, I sat out in the seat of pain, my mouth was open wide, he got that metal hook and he stuck the thing inside, he pulled out half a T-bone the night before, a sticky piece of red skin and a half-chewed apple core. Holes, he screamed, I've seen some holes, but these ones take the cake. He said, I need a truckload of amalgam just to get them into shape. And it really isn't worth it. He said, they're shot to bits, no doubt. He said, I haven't got an option, I have to take the mongrels out. But he got this monster needle and he stuck it in me gums. I was squirming in me seat, you know, sort of walking on me bum. Do that, don't you? Just slide down the seat, yeah. But the needle did the trick. My entire face went numb and that stupid plastic tube was doing battle with me tongue. Well, he pulled 3 teeth, cleaned the rest and sent me on my way. But thank you very much was all I could say. I walked in the elevator, there was this glamour standing there, something like Elle Macpherson, complete with long brown hair. I said, oh, beautiful. And dribbled on the floor. Well, she kneed the girlies and shut me out the door. I couldn't bloody talk. My mouth had lost the plot. I tried to buy a ginger beer, but a stubby's what I got. I jumped into my car, I put my foot down on the throttle, I took a quick sip of my beer, and I sucked my lip into the bottle. As you might have guessed, I panicked. I began to swerve about. I crashed into a traffic light, which nearly knocked me out. I staggered from the wreck onto the median strip with a big bump on my forehead and a stubby on my lip. Well, a cop was there and ate him. He said, what happened here? I said, I got me got a dub here, and I couldn't do it. He said, you're flaming pissed. He took me straight down to the station, booked me on 3 matters relating to intoxication. You know, well, they couldn't breathalyse me, you know, with the stubby, you know, couldn't blow, so I went for DUI and 2 things I didn't know. I said, I dumped into the dentist. I often bug out, oh. They said, mate, if you want to get some bail, you better make a call. You know, and no one could damn me, so I couldn't get the bail. The cop tossed me a blanket and I spent the night in jail. But I woke in the cell next morning and the sergeant just said, pity, I don't like your chances, matey. The judge is really upset. Yeah. He's had a horror morning. I'll give you the mail. No way he's going to cop you a bulldust dentist fairy tale. Well, I front up to court prepared to, you know, cop it on the chin. I'd since removed the stubby. So there was no way I could win. And I almost pleaded guilty to that judge. He broke my spell when he said, oh, I dumped into the desert. I can't beagle that one. Bit of luck there, folks. Thank you very much.